Welcome, Pisces. This is Regina from Pacific Tarot, getting ready to do a full moon in Scorpio reading for you on the 2nd of May. It is active, and significantly, there's a lot going on in the heavens. However, Uranus and Venus are both moving into Gemini as we speak. This is a few days before the full moon energy. So this is having a huge impact on, obviously, the state of the world, relevant to our ability to communicate in new and dramatic ways, bringing real time and space into every interaction that we have that in miraculous ways. But there's some way in which you are connecting to this ability for more rapid, more electric, more inspired movement around the planet. I do feel that you are receiving some opportunity to travel, to set up something in another location. And this feels like it's about business, but obviously the affinity with a new location or a location you desire is beyond the professional, it's beyond your work, it is about your personal resonance with a specific place or community. I've also pulled from the energetic energy archaeology, the card Open, and I'll read just a little bit about this card. Openness is an invitation and a moment by moment way of being, a state of becoming, and unfolding and spreading out. Feel the energy begin to lift through your bones. Release the hurts and fears that have kept you curled in and protected. Reclaim the softness of your vulnerability and the gifts of your inner child. This is a summary of this idea that has been resonating in the environment for a while. The idea that you are opening up to receive something, the results of something you seeded a long time ago. And by opening up, you begin to see opportunities for the manifestation of something that has been fairly germinating, developing underground for a while. And the glyph oracle is number 12, the Hanged Man, Cycles, and Ouroboros. And of course, the Ouroboros, if you can see, is the serpent or dragon consuming its own tail. And this stands for the idea of eternity or never-ending cycles. No beginning and no end, or every beginning is an ending. And so this is a beautiful energy that I feel, Pisces, that you are naturally attuned to. I also feel as though placed between these two moons, that you're in a seminal moment to make a move, to plan or proceed on a trip that you've long identified as seminal, important to your work, important to the development and expansion of your work, but also that resonates with you, a community that is calling you, that resonates with your ancestry, your family heritage. In the present, we have the Nine of Jades. This is a card of your independence, your personal integrity, whether you're in a relationship or not. This signals your willingness and ability to stand on your own 2 feet, to stand up for yourself, to make decisions that are best for you. And in a relationship, that is taken into account, just as your partner would make relationships best for them. And that is understood as you continue to negotiate the terms of your relationship. So that's an example of how you can be independent within a relationship, a healthy relationship, For many of you that I'm speaking with, this is the only kind of relationship that is appealing, given the demands of your work and the aspirations or ambitions you hope to accomplish. You need the independence of thought and deed so that you can meet your goals, develop your path, your program in a way that works for you, and a partner that is that you're either relating to now or will be relating to soon is perfectly aware that this is an essential part of who you are. And hopefully, if they're in a matching relationship to you, they recognize the need for this kind of personal integrity, doing what is right for you in a relationship or out of a relationship, that is the core of how you define yourself, who you are. In the past, the Sun card. In this context, the Sun card is showing me a way that you are teaching, training, or modeling others. It looks like young people, but it isn't young in the sense of age. It's people that don't have the knowledge or skill that you are training them in. So it isn't that they're young, it's that they are open to what you are modeling and teaching. It is the quality of your training or teaching that is so important, because there is some essence of who you are, playfulness, creativity, imagination. There's almost like a magical element you bring to the way that you show up as yourself in whatever body of knowledge you're sharing with others. That is inspirational, that is uplifting, that contains an important message that is to be understood through or underneath the literal content of the training. So something like uh, the world is abundant and there is enough for everyone is an example of the kind of energy you can be communicating that is uplifting and joyful to others. In the future, the Hierophant. Wow. So here I'm seeing flashing you forward to the future, where depending on what the content of what you're sharing, the information or service you're sharing with others, puts you in a position, an institutional position where you are providing access to others who want to learn about the specific information that you are mastering, you have mastered. This can be you in a formal teaching position built on a career or experience that you've gained, or this has you as someone who helps others to gain specific professional access to uh, the kind of information you're giving out. This means others are inspired by your message here, by your modeling here, and they want to do something in the field that you work in. They want to be a part of the contribution that they see you making. And so there's an element here of inspiration, yes, but authority that you have to, as a gatekeeper, being able to walk people through a course of accreditation or credentials or degrees or certifications of some kind that will help them participate in your field. This is very specific. If this is resonating for you, Pisces, please like this video and subscribe to my channel, Pacific Tarot. I deeply appreciate your presence here, all the ways that you show up for me. Thank you so much. I'm going to clarify the Sun card with 2 cards. And we have the Knight of Cups and the 9 of Cups. And in the present, the 9 of Jades. 2 cards, please. Ooh, the 4 of Swords and the Queen of Pentacles, and for the Hierophant, the Knight of Pentacles, and the Page of Cups. All right. So you've got a lot of practical manifestation of your dreams, of your heart's desires in general right now. But I'm feeling a much longer, more linear trajectory in terms of whatever information you're sharing with others. So in the past, the Knight of Cups and the Nine of Cups is about your openness, about your feelings, about your ability and willingness to heal the experiences you've had and the experiences of others. I see you coming into an environment as a healer, and that may not be in a traditional modality, but can be expanded in the ways that we think about teaching, for instance. Providing knowledge, supporting or affirming the talents or the feelings of others. This is important as you share what you know, that you are honoring the humanness in those that you are speaking to. You're validating their experience, particularly if their experience is one of harm. You come through as someone who has shared their experience and has learned ways to satisfy, heal up through an honest and authentic process. So you're not offering any magic bullets or silver bullets or magic pills. This is about an internal process that opens up to information that will help and heal a condition of harm. In the present, the Four of Swords and the Queen of Pentacles is clarifying this fabulous independence, this success, this completion that you've achieved through your own efforts. It feels very much about a professional position you've achieved, and that is confirmed through the Queen of Pentacles as a kind of mastery. You have mastered the way the work gets done. This is not necessarily being a leader. This is more about ensuring that what is the shared goal of a group is completed. And you are the manager of energies, of people, of resources. You can orchestrate those in such a way that work not only is completed successfully, but that the harvest is maximized. So there is profit, there is improvement, there is success in a program. But this has come as part of your own personal healing, where you have had experiences where your value, where your contribution was ignored, was not understood, and you've come to value the gifts of those often quite painful experiences. This can be about you being an outsider in some environment where you excelled nonetheless. The kind of push and pull of being good at something, but people wanting to begrudge you the credit for what you're good at because of some difference you have. But however, this series of experiences has become the foundation of your spirituality, of your cultural well-being, this sense of gratitude, recognizing that there's something to be learned from every situation, no matter how resistant or challenging it may be. And in that way, you're very grateful for those experiences you've had because they've taught you how to be productive, how to sustain a productive activity, how to get results. In the future, the Hierophant is clarified by the Page of Cups and the Knight of Pentacles. This is interesting because I only see you now seeding the idea of even aspiring to a position like this. I see you getting so much fulfillment from your work, but seeing a long-term vision of how this a position of institutional authority can give you greater results and impact more people in the way that you desire. So I see this as perhaps a glimmer of interest. Perhaps someone, a mentor, appears to you and suggests that you consider uh, a teaching job or a job in a philanthropic organization, a job where you fund the projects of people like yourself that are working in the field to do some kind of important work. This is still barely an idea in your mind and your heart. Or for some of you, someone has already planted the seed and you're so consumed by what you're doing, you enjoy what you're doing so much, you don't know that that is necessary. But others of you are already eyeing some larger role in the matrix of organizations that do the work that you are doing. So I'm going to finish this reading with a flower oracle, and out pops the agapanthus, one of my favorites. Words of love. Speak with your heart. Thank you, beautiful Pisces, for this lovely reading. Until next time, namaste.